Hey, all right, guys and gals, whoever's watching this. I picked this up this weekend. Um, for those of you who don't know what a VariAC thing is, um, back in the day when things were, basically running on vacuum tubes, you know, back when Radio Shack sold their lifetime vacuum tubes for your TVs and your radios and such. Good luck getting your lifetime warranty on those, by the way, but that's another story. Yeah, these things will allow you to start the dials in the wrong place. Anyway, you could start it at 0 over here. Let's pretend the mark here is here. Okay, so you would basically you'd plug your TV into this thing right here, or your radio, and you could start the voltage at 0 volts and raise it slowly up. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Why is the dial going the wrong way? Hey, that's weird. Maybe it goes that way. That seems counterintuitive. We'll figure that out. But anyway, this thing would let you slowly raise your voltage on your device, slowly warm those tubes up, and keep all them internal capacitors from going poof, letting the magic smoke out. So a VariAC, I don't know how much it's used today, but they still seem to be popular when you go looking for them. I'm going to see if I can get this thing tested. It clearly needs a little bit of attention. Even starting up old radios, I don't necessarily like just plugging them into the walls. A lot of people do. Oh yeah, I plugged it in, it worked. They were lucky. Anyway, I'm going to take this thing apart and make sure that, the cord is in good shape and whatever's in this little box here is not frayed and touching each other or doing something. So I'm going to go through this whole thing, and we're going to give it a quick test and see if it works. Maybe send it off to somebody who collects this old kind of stuff or works on old radios or old TVs or something that could use it. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. Alrighty, so first I think we got to get this dial off. There's a hole here. See if I can find a screwdriver that'll fit. That probably looks like a good one. Let's see here. Ah, there it goes. Yeah, it was already loose. So let's see. I don't want to pull off, so get it to the end of it, stop it. We'll give it a twist and pull. Ah, there we go. That's interesting. So it's got two dials. One that goes counterclockwise, or that's clockwise. That one goes counterclockwise. So I guess depending upon something, I'll figure it out. Like when I was introducing it, it seemed like it was going counterintuitive here. So if it was mounted with the dial on this side, and I would turn it, then it would start from 0 and raise to, I don't know if that means 130% or 130 volts. I don't know. But this side is going counterclockwise. That side would go clockwise. So we'll see how this works, and maybe I'll have to flip that around. I can't. Kind of almost looks like it was flipped once. I won't know until I see the markings on the dial here, but anyway. So inside this thing, as you can see, is a huge, it's a multiple winding thing. Basically, they call it a rheostat. And it's each of those windings determine how much input voltage is being sent back out to this other side here. So as you're turning this dial, depending upon where it is on that, the juice is flowing, say, and I'm guessing here, but from this point to this point. And if you get it all the way over here, it's allowing more of the voltage to exit the plug here. Anyway, I don't really fully understand how all that stuff works. It's windings of wire that, you know, this is a contact point that you can kind of see where it's wearing across. So there's contacts here, contacts there, and depending upon where it is, I'll probably get a Scotch-Brite pad and kind of clean those contacts up as I'm going through it. But anyway, we're gonna do some taking apart here and see what's inside. So let's see what we got. So that's one screwdriver out. Come on, there you go. What do we got going on there? There we go. Black screws on black stuff in the dark, you know. Can't see where nothing is. Alright. Come on. Oop. Hey, something sprung. Alrighty. So what do we got in here? Ooh. Look. Cover comes off. That's good because it's a little crooked. So let's square that up. There's the guts. Yeah, so this looks like maybe the equivalent of like brushes on a generator or something like that. What do we got in here? Probably nice brittle wire. Yeah, good stuff. Pull it to get apart slowly. Well, I mean, nothing in there looks terribly bad. So maybe the cord. I mean, the cord does not look ultra brittle. You know, a lot of this stuff, the rubber just degrades over time. And it's got some little stress fractures in there. I'll probably put a new cord on it just to be on the safe side. It is not a grounded setup. May look into figuring out a way of, you know, at least grounding the case and putting a grounded plug on it. Whether or not I will, we'll see. Vintage and keeping it period correct is probably more important. But cords are kind of weird. Like, you know, you could have a perfectly good exterior sheath around the thing, but then the internal connector, the wire, could be totally made of a different rubber, and it's, you know, gonna fail. I mean, I can kind of still see some stress fractures on those wires there too. I think I'll replace the cord just to be on the safe side. I think even if I use one with a grounded wire in it, I probably can get away with it. So anyway, let's pause, and I'm going to take a little closer look, and I'll get back to you. Well, just kind of looking at those wires, they are not breaking or fraying, but I cannot get this cord to come out unless I unscrew some of these wires. So I'm going to take a quick picture of what those look like. Yeah, I'm videoing it, but I need to take a picture of it for future reference here. Take lots of pictures when you do stuff. It's really tough filming, but I always take countless pictures. They're free these days, you know, with digital cameras. Back in the day, you'd have had to probably sketch something out or whatever, but today you can take lots of pictures of the projects you're doing. That way, when your memory goes away, which, you know, happens, you'll remember how to put stuff back together. All right, here we are. I decided to go ahead and put it back together. I also, hang on a second, let me pull that off. I also cleaned all that up a little bit, just across the top. Make sure it's not plugged in. Nope, I haven't plugged it in yet. This surface here, there's a brush that rides on this piece as it goes around, and that makes the connection between all of this. There's you can't really easily see them, but on the inside of this thing, kind of see on the back side, you can see all those wires coming off. They go down into individual parts of the bits that make up the various coil paths inside this thing. You'll see, I thought I took a video of it, but it ended up being just a picture. I'll post the picture here, but inside you saw a schematic just behind this thing, and there were some taps. You know, there were connections in a couple of various places that were not connected for this, but perhaps this was used, you know, this same assembly was used for something else, and perhaps you could just run a tap off, because it looked like you could get a 36 volt tap or a 20 volt tap. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not messing with that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing in. I'm also going to connect the voltmeter, because again, I don't know if full scale is 0 or full scale this way is 0, and yeah, it doesn't make sense to me that it's counterclockwise, but you know, it is what it is. I suppose there was some way I could have wired that to where it would go the other direction, but yeah, I'm going to leave well enough alone. But I was going to say that this outlet, even though who knows how old this thing is, it does have the wider neutral connection. If you'll look at a regular plug, you'll see this one is wider than this one. This one is your, it would be the black wire, your hot, and this is the longer one, which is your neutral. That, of course, is ground. Anyway, there's no ground plug on this, but it did have the wider neutral, so that's kind of the way that's how I determined when I put the new cord on which one I went to white, which one I went to black, is based upon which one internally went here. So anyway, this is neutral, this is hot at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the cap on just in case it sends out sparks. And hopefully the ground works. I mean, I am on a metal table, so I'm not touching anything. Maybe I should put a big sheet of rubber underneath this, but here goes nothing. Plugging in the power. Slowly. We have power. Shoot, probably should have switched it off when I plugged it in, but anyway, it was on and it didn't smoke. So let's see. Turn this to 200 volts AC. Right now we are at 0 voltage, so or 1 volt. Hey, there we're at 0. So this was clearly just up, so I'm gonna spin it, see what it does. So again, the principle of this is that you can slowly warm up old vacuum tube, anything that you want to slowly raise the current up on, or voltage up on. You probably wouldn't want to do this for solid state stuff, but I don't know. I'm smart enough to be dangerous sometimes. So anyway, here we're increasing the voltage. Yeah, it's going up. 20 doesn't exactly equal 20 volts, but I don't know if it's percentage or an approximation of voltage. It's hard to say, because at 40 we're at 34 volts. Anyway, let's see what we can get at. Okay, well, we're getting there. So at full max, we got 113 volts. Let's see, what do we get out of a regular outlet? How close are we? Well, there we are, 113.9 volts. And here, pretty close. Anyway, it seems to be working. So now I'm just going to clean it up and show you what it looks like when it's all, like new, but not. Alrighty. Well, before we reveal this thing, this VariAC, I decided, it looked like it had some rubber feet on the bottom of it here. So I looked in my supply, and I had 3 nice little rubber feet, almost exactly the same size. So up there. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and throw those on, and then turn it over and give you a look-see of what it actually looked like. And you'll see that just like that. I can't snap my fingers. Well, there she is. Yeah, if you know what it is, you know what it is. I mean, I don't know how many people will watch this and go, oh, I need me one of them. Yeah, nobody needs one of these unless they're an old tube radio restoration guy or gal, or, something like that. I did put the new rubber feet on it, so they're nice and anti-slip and insulating. So anyway, this is probably going on eBay now. I mean, I have one over here in one of my other cabinets. I don't know what cabinet it is. I use it so often, hang on. Where are you, monster? Might be down in this one, because I use it so often. Yeah, there it is. See, here's the one I've had for a few years. It's grounded style, a little more up to date, but still made in USA, made in Dayton. Basically, it's just a newer version of that thing. So anyhow, I don't need it. That's the point. I am just I just find these old things and I say, God, that thing needs to be saved from the dumpster. So there it is. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you didn't. Till next time.